Hey, you guys. It's late, so I'm not going to talk for that long. I just wanted to come on here and clarify a couple of things really quick because I want you guys to know, and I also want it to be very, very clear. You don't have to send me the things that Natasha says. I'm not going back and forth with Natasha. I'm not doing a tit for tat with her because to me, she's just not worth doing a tit for tat with. It's the same pattern with Natasha, and unfortunately, it took it happening to me for me to actually see it, if that makes any sense. Sometimes, I think sometimes when you are standing on the outside and you see things being done to other people, you watch it, but you still try to give that person the benefit of the doubt, especially when they're being like relentlessly attacked, which I do feel like Natasha was being relentlessly attacked. Um, but yesterday, I wasn't being mean to Natasha. I wasn't, and neither was my chat. Yes, a lot of people came in here and stated their opinions about her. Um, as far as, them saying how they felt, the things that have been done to them by Natasha, but that's their right. A lot of people didn't want to come in because of her. So that's their right. But regardless, there wasn't derogatory things being said, but I just want to clarify a couple things. I never said Natasha was a racist. I said she has racist tendencies. She has lied tremendously throughout this whole thing. But I'm starting to see now that Natasha does these things purposely. Um, so what she did basically is when she seen that I was no longer, um, not even no longer, she's never clarified with me up front and said, if you go into anybody else's chat, we're no longer friends or anything like that. Those things were never stated, but regardless, when Natasha had a problem with seeing me in the DeLorean's chat, that was pretty much a setup on her part. What she did was she went live, and I want you guys to picture this and then look at the things that she's done to other creators that she has been aligned with. The only difference is that she wasn't so quick to throw these other creators under the bus like she did me. And I'm sorry, I do think that that's just how she treats African Americans. That's my opinion. But when she did a live stating, um, I seen Teaya in the DeLorean's chat, which I've only been in the DeLorean's chat once, one time, you guys, because I wanted to show her support. But the reason why I hadn't been in Natasha's chat is because she was making passive aggressive comments towards me, saying that she named everybody. She named Dorothy, which with Dorothy, allegedly Brittany has been on her channel. She interviewed her and she did a good job. But I'm saying she thanked Dorothy, she thanked Kelly, she thanked Amanda Zananda, she thanked everyone. Now I want to mind you guys because Natasha has proven, and like I said, you see it on the outside, but you don't really, you try to give people the benefit of the doubt until it happens to you, and it's unfortunate that it happens that way, but it's true, that's the way it is. You watch it, you stand on the outside, and you watch it, but at that time, like I said, that's when sh Natasha was being dragged by Granny's watching, and I felt bad for her. But obviously, she used that to her advantage. But anyway, like I said, on my live yesterday, I proved how much I've been there for Natasha. She's been on my panel 3 times. She lied on her panel today and said that I never reached out to her. I've talked to Natasha multiple times through Messenger. What she's trying to do is cover her tracks because she knows what she did was wrong. And she also knows that it's kind of true what I'm saying about racial tendencies. I'm sorry, that's just my opinion. But it's excuse me, it's always the same pattern with her. So anyway, so when she falls out with the creator, so she had a live. She was being very vulnerable, nice and contrite. Don't talk about Tia in my chat. You know, um, it really hurt me to see her in the DeLorean's chat. And then the next couple of days, she's going off saying, if I see you in anybody's chat that's bashed me, don't ever come into my chat anymore, blah, 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 blah. Right. So then she does that to trigger you. She does that to trigger you. So therefore, you make a live, right? Right. She knows what's going to happen. She's not stupid. I don't think Natasha is an intelligent woman. I'm sorry, but she's not stupid. Okay. She's a good businesswoman. Um, but the way that she connects things and the way that she lies when people can blatantly see, if you don't blatantly see what she's doing, then that's on you. You'll figure it out when it happens to you. And that's the same thing with me. You live and you learn. But she tries to trigger you, so you'll make a live. And then when you make a live, it doesn't matter how nice you are, she's always going to find a way to retaliate. And then that is her opening to bash you, to throw you under the bus, to tell her subscribers, I'm unsubscribing from her and I want you to unsubscribe from her too. That's how she works. She does this on purpose. She uses things to her advantage for content, right? And also, I don't really know a lot about you, Kelly the Advocate, and I'm going to keep it pretty sweet because I love Max. I love that woman. That woman is literally the most beautiful woman inside and out. So I'm not going to say too much because I know that you are her friend. And out of respect for her, Kelly, I'm going to keep it classy, Kelly the Advocate. But here's something that I am going to say. When is the last time, Kelly, that Natasha has asked you to come on her panel? She sets you up. She sets you up to be attacked. She sets you up. So therefore, she's not the only one that's getting attacked. You're getting attacked too. But I have class and I'm not going to attack you. You go with every single thing that Natasha says when you yourself has said to me so many times, Teaya, you've been there for Natasha, blah, 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 blah. And I'm not saying that you didn't say that on her panel from what I see in the voice clip. I'm not saying that you didn't say that. But the point is that you are sitting here saying and agreeing with everything that Natasha says. Is there anything that Natasha says that you don't agree with or no? Because to me, I think Natasha's like a stalker. Like, why are you going back to my past lives and reading messages and stuff like that? To me, you're kind of at a stage, Natasha, in my opinion, where you're trying to take other creators down with you because you don't have your channel. You're actually evading your ban right now. So you're being relentless and attacking people purposely. But anyway, I digress. So you go in my past lives and read comments. My comment to Siren was the same thing I said last night, the same thing I said now. How is that a contradictory? Natasha clearly states, if Natasha would have said, you can go in other people's, I don't care whose chat you go on, as long as they're not bashing me, it's fine. That's not what you said. You said, don't go in anybody else's chat that's ever bashed me, because if you do, don't come back to my channel. You didn't just do it to me. You've done it to multiple people. People aren't stupid, but you happen to think that everyone around you is stupid and you're the only smart one. I strongly disagree, obviously. But the point is that I never called you a racist. The fact that you are turning this into race is predictable. That is what a majority of white people do, to disregard Black people, and when they call it out, that's just what they do. That's the first thing people like you, Natasha, that's the first thing that people like you say, which is, this is not about race, blah, 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 blah. Let me tell you something. I never made it about race. I said racial tendencies. It doesn't seem as though you've changed. And the reason why I say that is because of what you recently done. You thanked me in the beginning. Yes, but You have been on my channel multiple times after you have thanked me, but yet here you are thanking everyone else, even people that you haven't been on their channel as much as you've been on mine. You thanked everyone else and you threw me under the bus. To me, I find it very alarming, like I said on my community post, how you can easily defend your white friends, the white creators that defended you, but then you are quick to throw the black creator that has been publicly supportive of you under the bus. And don't get it twisted, we have much communication between the two of us where you asking me if you can come on my panel, me telling you that I'm there for you because I felt bad that you lost your channels. Like, it goes on and on. All you got to do is look on my channel. Followers are going to be followers. I don't care. I know what I've done, and the people around me know what I've done. I don't have to justify that to anyone. But I think the major and the most thing that's bothering me is now you're including the two other Black people that support you, and you're inserting them in this. And I don't like that shit. And that's the only reason why I chose to do this live. The other two African American beautiful women that chooses to support you, they're not stupid either. I'm sure that they can blatantly see what you're doing. You never call them up on your panel. The only time you really call them up on your panel is when you wanted people to defend you against Granny's Watching. And it's unfortunate that Granny's Watching is proven to be right, even though I don't agree and think it's racist, the things that Granny's Watching has said. Regardless, that doesn't take away from you being the exact same way, if not worse, Natasha, because it's unfortunate, but yes, it's true. The only time that you really, really are into your African American subscribers is when you want them to defend you and to have your back against racism. A person can be tricked into thinking that a person is not racist. Sorry, but it's true. And I'm not even saying that you are. I'm saying that something is definitely weird. One racist thing doesn't discount another. That's not how it works. I agree that, girl. I'm going to read your comments. I'm sorry. But it's obviously a pattern, and you don't notice that pattern until you're looking from the outside, right? But what I'm trying to say is that is what makes me the most mad. Don't just call out the two other African American women who supported you and say that I'm trying to turn them against you, because that really does show that you are racist, that you would choose to call their name out and think that I'm trying to turn them against you, when ultimately at the end of the day, you have asked them to come up on your panel to defend you. Well, you might not have blatantly said it, but that's when you were the most intrigued by them, is when you wanted them, they were good enough to defend you, when you wanted somebody to defend you against Granny's Watching. Regardless, it doesn't matter. I could say I can defend you and retract that and say, okay, I see something differently now, because when something's happening to you personally, then obviously you're going through it. So you can see a lot more clearly than you would when you're standing next to that person. It's not rocket science. But don't insert them into this. I never inserted them into this. I would never do something like that. And I think it shows your ignorance that you would do something like that as well. Okay? So I want to make that clear. I'm not trying to turn your African American supporters against you. I feel like the two African American supporters that you have are intelligent African American women, and they are able to look at things for what they truly are too. I don't have to convince them of anything. They're smart enough to figure that out on their own. They defended you just like I did. But sometimes it takes seeing how a person treats someone else in order to see the truth, in order to see what really is. Because to be honest with you guys, some people are racist subconsciously. You might not think that you are, but Your actions show different. I don't get why they're involved at all. That's what I'm saying. I think that's what made me the most mad. I don't care what you say about me. You can say whatever you want to say about me, but don't single out the 2 African American supporters that you have and think that I'm trying to turn them against you. They're smart enough to see you for who you are on their own. I don't have to convince them of anything. They can make whatever choice that they make on their own. But I can tell you what right now, let me be really motherfucking clear here. I can tell you what right now. Please don't have them get up on your panel having your back against me. Please don't do that. Thank you, Pink Dagger. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you guys being here so late. And let's get back to the pattern thing. So then she tries to trigger you, especially creators. You do a video about her, and that video, no matter what you say or do, it's wrong. You're bashing her. Even if you weren't, you're bashing her. The people in the chat were bashing you. So then she does another live. So that gives her the leeway, whatever you want to call it, to say, I'm done with her. I don't want nothing to do with her. She was bashing me. They were bashing me in her chat. I'm going to unsubscribe from her. You guys better go unsubscribe from her too. She may not have said that. She may not have said you guys better, but I'm going to go unsubscribe from her. You guys unsubscribe from her too. Been there, done that with her. Okay. And then it's a cycle. It's a cycle. So then you sit there and you try to antagonize. So then that creator does another video, blah, 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 back and forth, tit-for-tat, blah, 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 blah. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. But yet what you will do is, once you get that person where you want them, which is make a video about you, to respond to how you've publicly to respond to what you publicly said about them, then you're the victim. Okay? You're the victim. You're the one who's going through all this, and everybody else is wrong. And I did, I did thank her in the beginning. No, you thanked me once. You thanked me one time. The rest of the time, you threw me under the bus and made passive aggressive comments and thanked everyone else and tried to verbally abuse me, whatever. I don't play that shit. I don't go for that shit. It doesn't bother me one way or another. But regardless, don't single out the 2 African American supporters that you have and try to pit us against each other. That shit is not going to fly with me. Okay? I don't think that it has anything to do with race. You're the one who made it about race. I said racial tendencies. I said that I just find it weird how I'm the only one that you threw under the bus. You thanked everyone else but me. And don't do that. That's the only reason why I came on here, and I'm standing firm with this. Do not put these women in the middle of this. Don't do that, because they have defended you too. But like I said, sometimes it takes standing on the outside. They're smart, intelligent women. They'll get that on their own. I don't have to convince them of anything. They're intelligent women. They'll get that. But regardless, what I'm saying is that I'm not making this about race. I don't have to make this about race. You're the one who's making it about race. You read a comment because you're stalking me, like on my community post. You read a comment and you decided to publicly display that and turn it into a race thing. Now I can see if I came on here and started bashing you, saying Natasha really is this and she really is that. All I can say is I'm pretty sure that in a lot of ways you're proving that Granny's Watching was right about a lot of things. Hey, Gold Star Mom. Hey, Nade. How you doing, beautiful? I know that I'm allowed to have feelings too. And I'm not making this about race in any way, shape, or form. But what I'm saying is I don't have a racist past. You do. And I defended you because it was years ago. But then sometimes it takes somebody like God showing you might want to pay attention to this. Because I know how much I defended you, and you lied. You lied. blatantly on your live and said, she didn't defend me. Are you freaking serious? I already proved my point. I already proved my point yesterday. I showed all the time she's been on my channel. I showed all the community posts, and I don't regret that. I don't regret that. You live and you learn. But the point is that I am never, I repeat, I am never going to go a tit for tat with that woman. She's not worth it to me. I'm standing my ground and saying what I'm saying now, and I really just don't want to talk about it anymore. If it's something that needs to be addressed, I'll address it. But what made me so mad for me to come on here is do not pit Black women against each other. I don't have to turn Nat, or I'm not going to say her name because I don't know if she wants me to say her name, and you shouldn't have said her name either. I'm not going to pit them against you. If they want to be in there, they can be in there. That's their choice. But don't try to say I'm trying to turn them against you. I don't need to turn them against you. They'll figure out the real you on their own. Now, as far as everything else is said, and going back to Kelly the Advocate, like I said, I'm going to keep it classy because I love Max. But what I will say is you can sit there and, first of all, it's kind of funny how you thought Lycan was in my chat. That's just weird. Lycan was not in my chat. And if he was in my chat, I must have missed it. You might be a little bit, out there. I would never let somebody like him be in my chat. For one, let's make that clear. I don't know why you said that, but that's not motherfucking true. He was not in my chat. Okay. And if he was, nobody said anything to me, and he must have said hi and bye and left because I didn't see him. Okay. Because if I seen him, he would have been blocked right away. Okay. So let's get that clear. Secondly, what else was I going to say? Oh, secondly, this is not about sides to me. And that's where we're going to have to agree to disagree. Because at the end of the day, Kelly, you can talk about the things that Robbie has done to you, but don't forget you accepted his apology. You accepted his apology when he apologized to you. Now, all of a sudden, Natasha doesn't like him anymore, so that apology is just no good. That's on you. That doesn't mean I have to be like that. Maybe, Natasha is your friend. I have no problem with that. That's on you. But if you want to know why you're being constantly attacked, that's why. Because you sit there and you agree to every single thing that she's saying, even though you know some of the things that she's saying is not true. There's no contradiction here. You can't change up your story when it's convenient for you. Everybody was in her chat. I think everybody on motherfucking YouTube at one point was in her chat when she was going off telling anybody, if you go somewhere where they don't like me and they've talked about me and they've bashed me, then don't come back in my chat. Now, all of a sudden, you switch it up and it's, well, as long as if they're bashing me, meaning if they're doing a live and you're participating and them bashing you, and you're in their chat, then don't come in my chat. You can't switch it up conveniently when you want to. That it doesn't work that way. You either stand by what you say or you motherfucking don't. So then when you go through back to the pattern. So when you go through the pattern with Natasha, it's always the same damn thing being said about every damn creator. There's no one in her chat. The only reason why she had anybody in her chat was because of me when I was on her panel. And then now we're not friends anymore. And then now everybody's in her chat because they can't stand me. It's the same thing with every creator that doesn't get along with you. Can you change it up a little bit? Can you make it a little bit different for once? Does it always have to be the same thing? It's always the same thing. And as I've stated before, I'm not stupid. I know why a lot of people were in my chat when you were on my panel. Does that help your ego, Natasha? Does that make you feel better? Okay, there was a lot of people on my channel when you were on my panel. I admit it. Do you feel better now? Does that make you feel superior or no? So it's not about that with me. It never has been. And another thing, just because I don't consistently go live. I need to be more consistent, you guys. I do. And I am going to be, but I don't consistently go live. But me not going live consistently has nothing to do with me supporting Natasha Kelly. It has nothing to do with that. It's very simple for you to go on my channel and see how much Natasha has been on my channel, how much support that I have shown her. That's what I'm saying. If you want to know why you're getting attacked, that's why. Because contrary to popular belief, you don't have to agree with everything that somebody says. And that's the reason why I was always asked to come on Natasha's panel. Specifically, the most when people were playing videos of her being a racist in the past. Yeah. I don't have to bash Natasha. I don't have to talk about her looks. I don't want to talk about her at all. But it really pisses me off when, because it happens too often in life, you guys. A lot of people, regardless, try to pit Black women against each other. And I will not have that. Had she not said that, I wouldn't even be on here right now. You don't know if they wanted you to call out their names. It's not your place to try to pit us against each other. Because unlike you, your two African American supporters are more than welcome to be in my chat. And if they're in your chat, that's great too. It's not my place to tell them where they can and can't go. I'm not here to bash or do. I want to bash anyone. Oh, I get what you're saying. And I'm not bashing. I'm addressing the things that she's saying. I didn't bash her yesterday. She lied. She's a liar. Like I said, there may have been some comments that I missed in my chat, if somebody was making like derogatory comments, but I didn't bash her yesterday. I was very cordial and talking about how I felt, and what she did, my response to her. And obviously she used that to her advantage because that's what she does. It's a setup. It's all a setup with her. She knows if she's able to trigger somebody to where they go live. And in a lot of ways, she was triggering me because I knew how much I tried my best to be supportive of Natasha. And the fact that she can sit up on her panel and say she didn't shows I don't need to say anything. You guys are not dumb. You're smart people. The only people that listen to her are the people who don't think for themselves. Sorry, it's the truth. Like, it is impossible. It is impossible to go in another chat that doesn't like her. You're always going to, in this community, you're always going to run into a chat where somebody doesn't like her. It's inevitable. It's unfortunate. I mean, now I see, why, but, it's impossible. That's setting too much of a high expectation on a creator. And at the end of the day, I cannot say that I was technically friends with Natasha. Friends actually get to know each other. The only time I've talked to Natasha is if she was telling me about what somebody said, or if she was, sending me a link. Can you share this link? Can I come on your panel? Those kind of things. That's the only time I ever talked to her. She's never asked me questions about myself or got to know me. When you're building a friendship, you got to get to know each other, like I said. So I wanted to talk about that. Like I said, I don't bash people. That's not part of my MO. You guys know that. She can say what she wants. But when it comes to that, don't do that. That's wrong. And in no way am I trying to turn. And that just shows you your mindset, your mind frame of where you think, why would you even bring up their names? Like, why? That's weird. That's just that shows your character. That shows you your mindset of, oh my gosh, is she going to take the two Black people that actually support me? She's trying to turn them against me. The fact that you would even say that shows your character. It shows. Okay, let me read some of these comments and then. Okay, let me go up. Going up. Not all the way up. Okay. I saw how much you were there for her, Teaya. Thank you so much, Megan VR. And you were too. You stuck up for her when it was time to stick up for her. You didn't stick up for her when she was wrong. That's what I love about you. Hi to everyone, by the way. Kimberly, Roddy, Mom, how are you? Drama channels have to have consistent conflict in order to survive. Peace is not good for business. That is true. You guys, make sure you go subscribe to his channel. Can somebody drop the link to his channel? He is just absolutely amazing, and I really love listening to his, his opinion about things. He's a very, very good channel. So, okay, let's see. Teaya, you are so right. And that is exactly what NC does with people she fights with online. She does it for drama. It gets views, and that's what she cares about most. Right. And even these things being said is not bashing. I don't know what bashing is to her, but she should probably look it up in a dictionary. Just saying. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, Carrie. Okay. Now, what the hell was I? Where was I? Going down. Teaya, you don't deserve what Natasha is doing with her passive aggressive bullshit every live the last couple of days. Yeah, I know, but that's okay. She can do that as all she wants to. Just don't do that. The fact that she did that shows that she definitely still has still has a lot of things to work out as far as when it comes to racism, in my opinion, and her stereotype. I noticed you were the only one she didn't thank. Thank you, that girl. I thought, yeah, exactly. Do you think Natasha used you when all channels got taken down so she can reach out to her subs or something? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I wouldn't have thought that, a week ago, but yeah, now it's very obvious, especially when I'm the only one that she threw under the bus. Absolutely. The massive thanking of certain people and the dumping of Teaya. Exactly. Exactly. And if you're, like I said, if you can't see that, that's not my problem. I'm just don't do that when it comes to Black women. It's a pet peeve of mine. It happens way too often. Just don't do that. Okay, let me go down. One racist thing doesn't discount the other. Yep, like you said that girl, which you're always on point. Hey, Lynn, how are you? I hope you're having a good day. Hey, Goose. Yes, hit that like button. I was falling asleep and Miss Teaya perking my ears up. Aw. Hey, Cole, how are you? I don't get why they're involved at all. I don't know why even bring up their names. I don't like that. That's using it. Just shows. Just stop. Just stop. You already proved my point when you did that. Thank you for stopping by, Pink Dagger. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, Shalma. She seems to get seriously offended at the tiniest slight. She's a bit of a Karen. Just going down. No, I was not bashing her yesterday. I was trying to keep it civil, like I was trying to, but that's what she does. It wouldn't have mattered if, hey, Siren, how are you? It wouldn't have mattered if I was nice and contrite and said, I could have literally publicly said, you know what, Natasha, you're right. I won't go on anybody else's chat. And she still would have said, I bashed her. That is part of her plan. And then she goes to, everybody was in her chat that can't stand me. Well, I'm sorry that so many people can't stand you. That's not my problem. Okay. Who cares how many people are in someone's chat? She has many hate watchers. Right. I prefer smaller lives as a creator and participant. It is more fun and easier to keep up with. I agree. And one of my mods said that too. I think it was Max that said that it's a lot more easier and more intimate when you're is smaller. And I think every creator is different. Of course, you like a lot of people in your chat, but it doesn't bother me how many people are in my chat. A real friend lets you know when you are wrong. I agree. Outside the box, Tosh is literally incapable of proper self-reflection. Agreed. I try not to be that way in life at all. Bad energy makes me sick. It does. It's starting to get there with me. I should have clarified that. I meant that chore creators was but more of the drama creators in this community. I don't think of you as drama, really. No, I wouldn't think of her as drama. I think that girl's commentary more, bringing awareness. Yes, I know you're not here to bash, Nat. You never bash. If Kelly, unless somebody pisses you off, if Kelly wants to act shady when she is around NC, then I wouldn't want to be friends with her. I agree. And all I'm trying to say is I want to be respectful because she is friends with somebody that I am really good friends with and that I love. So I don't want to do that. I don't want to put her in that position, even if, she may not be here now. But if you're going to sit there and agree with every single thing that NC says, well, then now you know why you're in the line of fire and why you're constantly being attacked. And if you don't care that you're being attacked, that's fine. But all I'm saying is if you're going to call somebody out, make sure that it's valid. Make it make sense. Because first of all, you're sitting here saying that liking was in my chat. You're way off with that. Secondly, it's not about just because someone doesn't get along with Natasha. That's your feelings. That's the way that you feel. Not every friend feels the same as you do. Because at the end of the day, I've been in the DeLorean's chat once to show her support on a situation that she was talking about. I haven't been in Robbie's chat. I don't go in Lycan's chat. Okay. I haven't been in Allegedly with Brittany's chat. The people that, have bashed Natasha. I don't go into these people's chats. And regardless, if I wanted to, oh well. And I'm not saying that I never would. I'm just saying the magnitude of where she's taking this. And you yourself are entitled to your opinion about, you don't talk to people who bash this person or who bashes your friend. That's your opinion. That's your opinion. If there's a difference between a friend, okay, and a friend / creator. This is my opinion. I can't just sit here and only think as a friend, okay? Or I say cool. I don't say friends with Natasha. I say cool. I can't sit here and think like that. I also have to think like a creator. And if I'm in somebody's chat showing them support for a completely different topic and they're talking about something completely different, that's my choice. And I can tell you right now, for as long as I have been cool with Robbie, and I really don't talk. I talk to the DeLorean like sometimes, and I've been in her chat once, but I don't talk to these people, these creators on a day-to-day basis. If I wanted to, oh well, I will. Nobody's going to tell me what to do, like I said, but I don't talk to these people on a day-to-day basis. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are not some people that I actually would say that they're like the bestest friends or anything like that. I talk to Robbie every now and then. I've talked to the DeLorean every now and then, and that's my choice. And just like I said, you can sit there and talk about Robbie is a disgusting person. That's what people in defense of Natasha keep saying. Robbie is disgusting. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, but did you feel that way about him a month ago? Did you feel that way about him a month ago when you accepted his apology? Did you feel that way about him a month ago when him and Natasha started speaking again? No. You were probably laughing at his jokes, praising him, going into his chats, whatever. It's ridiculous. All I'm saying is that your opinions are not my own. And To me, this isn't about sides. When you are a creator, it's not about sides, in my opinion. You could pick whatever side, that's your choice. It's only about sides if you make it about sides. I'm not going to start bashing somebody. Okay? I'm not going to start bashing somebody just because um somebody else is. That's not how I roll. But you got it all wrong as far as saying that, if you care about that person, that's your opinion. And you can keep sticking with your opinion and stick to your convictions. That's your choice. That's your choice. But all I'm saying is I'm not going to tolerate somebody trying to pit Black women against each other. One, not going to have it. It's wrong on so many levels, and you even bring up their name. You shouldn't have brought up their name. That's wrong. That's wrong. But I didn't bash her yesterday. She's a liar. And I never really thought Natasha was a liar. There was one comment, and I think it was a comment that she read, which shows she's digging deep into my shit, because this was a comment on my community post out of other comments. But anyway, this lady was like, well, you had to have known the way that Natasha was. You've done videos about her in the past. I may have done maybe 2 or 3 videos about Natasha. And yes, I knew how she was, but I still never really got the chance to know her. Unfortunately, my weakness is benefit of the doubt. I like to see things for myself. It's not always a good thing. It's not. I'm not the type of person that looks and says, look at all the people that she's done wrong. Sometimes, and to be honest with you, I never really paid attention to it. But I know what I felt like she did to a friend from the past. She attacked her relentlessly. I know that. But in that same sense, I felt hurt by that friend too. So that's why I started talking to Natasha again, because I felt like she was right in warning me that I would get hurt by her. But in that same sense, I never got the chance to get to know her on my own. So I wanted to. And now I know, and I would never talk to her again. But I was definitely that person that thought, wow, people need to give Natasha the benefit of the doubt more. And I think it was a lot of people saying that when she was being relentlessly attacked, when y'all got to keep it real here. Granny's Watching was really, really going at Natasha. It was pretty bad. But guess what? Natasha was bad with her too. But I did see that it was started, started by Granny's Watching. I mean, she started her channel to attack Natasha. I stick by what I say. But the point is that just because there are, and you guys have to think about that, even with the people who support her. Sometimes when you are when you're looking on the inside, you don't see the things that other people see until you step on the outside and it starts being done to you. It's unfortunate, but that's just the way that it is. And for somebody to sit here and say, they're going to do to you what they did to us. Okay. Well, for the little time that I've been cool with Robbie, friends with Robbie, whatever you want to call it, he's never done anything bad to me. Okay. Not friends with a DeLorean. She's cool, but she's never done anything to me either. The little time that I've been with Natasha, she has literally lied consistently, okay, and constantly in a matter of 3 days. So you can sit there and talk about they're going to do to me what was done to you. They haven't done anything to me thus far. And again, you accepted Robbie's apology. That's the only thing. And if having a conversation about something and calling somebody out and saying, look, you're wrong about this and you're wrong about that is what you consider bashing, like I said, go look it up in a dictionary. Bashing is talking about people's looks, talking about their lifestyle, their character, the way that they are. And like I said, I keep it classy over here. I'm not about to go there. All I'm saying is that when you're on somebody's panel and you're constantly agreeing with what they say, guess what? That's why they have you on their panel. Because they know that you are going to validate every single thing that they say. Because what's important to me is to do the best thing, to be the best person I can be, to do the best that I can, you know, and to be the best person that I can. And I'm not always going, I'm gonna make mistakes along the way. Good night, Lynn. That's just life. But I look at things like you live and you learn. Even though you see things, you're just like, you don't pay attention to it. And that's why I think a lot of people always need to be, you know, a little bit more leeway on the people that choose to support her, because it's always like that when you're standing on the inside. But then when you're on the outside, it's very easy. Um, it's easy to see, especially when these things start happening to you. But to me personally, I think what she's doing is trying to get me out of my character. That's not going to happen. And that may be a stereotype that she has, or it may just be because that's more content for her. I have no idea. But that's not going to happen. And it didn't happen yesterday either. Nobody was out of their character here. There were people in the chat that gave their opinions about her, but nobody ever bashed her. I think I might have seen one comment of somebody saying something and it was deleted. Carrie's pretty good at, I noticed that she's really good at keeping up with that. And Max is too, but Max wasn't here yesterday. I think you will find that people out here will treat you well, Teaya. These communities are very accepting. Well, thank you, Gold Star Mom. I'm just trying to, I stand on my own. I don't need anybody to, it's not about being a part of a community. It wasn't even me being a part of Natasha's community either. I supported her, I had a membership to one of her channels. Hey, Mrs. Portland. I had a membership to one of her channels, but in that same sense, I don't want to say that I was very active in her community. The only time I was really ever active in her community is when she was talking about things that were important to me. I supported Natasha. I liked some of her content, but in that same sense, I don't feel I'm trying to build my own community, if that makes sense. I wasn't trying to build off the back of hers. And I'm not saying that you mean that, but I've always made that blatantly clear. And all I'm saying is, can you just come up with something different? It's always the same thing over and over and over again. And it's like, and thank God I'm not the type of person that is obsessed with YouTube. I like to watch things and I like to watch a little drama every now and then. But what I will say is I don't have to watch her. I have no intentions of ever watching her again. But people do send me clips. And when I was sent that clip, that's the only thing that pissed me off out of all the things that she said, because it happens too much in life. And the fact that she did that shows very, very clearly what she thinks. I'm sorry, Mrs. Portland. I know you guys have both went tit for tat, for sure. I stand in my convictions proudly. I may stand alone, and that's okay. I can stand strong and not carry everyone else's baggage. I don't hurt people. I wish they could say the same. Exactly, Roddy Mom, Kimberly Roddy Mom. And that's the thing. I don't want to bash anybody. I don't want to talk about people and say horrible things. I'm entitled to my opinion, and that is just from my personal experience of growing up, and the things that were done to me growing up. I'm not taking it out on her, but what I am saying is it's very blatantly clear to me that, like I said, I feel like Natasha treats anyone like shit that doesn't agree with her. Okay? So it wasn't about race. But do I think that she definitely has some racist tendencies? Yes. I think that she definitely used me to defend her. And I'm not even going to speak for nobody else. I can only speak for myself, but that's just how I feel. And I feel like she especially used me at that time because I was defending her a lot. And, people were bringing up her past racist videos, one of which I didn't even watch. There was one that I seen, and then there's another one that somebody had put up, and I didn't even see it. but I still defended her because I'm like, this happened, what, like 3 years ago? But then when you start seeing a pattern and you start seeing that somebody's treating you and throwing you under the bus and naming all and thanking all her white friends, but throwing the black girl under the bus, that has happened to me too much throughout my life. And she ain't no different. Hi, peeps. Hi, lovely. Hi, peeps. Hi, lovely Teaya Symone. And you have, did you have any second thoughts about volunteering your channel? If you don't mind me asking, it's like letting somebody borrow your car risky. You can email me about that. All of my contacts are in the about section. Like, what for? Also, you guys, is, and I'm only going to say this once, okay? A majority of my friends throughout my life have been white, diversity, but where I grew up in the suburbs, my bestest friend is biracial, one of my really, really closest friends. But here's what I'm going to say. Whenever you express how you feel when it comes to racism, or when you know that somebody has definitely, you thought maybe changed, but then you see blatantly, I don't know, I don't think this person has changed very much. When those things happen, the first thing that people who don't ever want to sit down and learn, and who don't ever want to sit down and see where it's coming from an African American's perspective, the first thing they say is, oh, it's all about race. I'm a racist. No, that shit ain't gonna work with me either. It may work to the people that you're preaching to, okay, but it don't work with me, period. That's the first thing. That is the first thing that people say when Black people deal with racism. You can keep saying it if you want to, but like I said, I don't have a racist past. You do. You do, not me. But that is really all I wanted to say. I think everyone sets their own boundaries of friendship and your expectations. And like I said, even setting expectations that high of going into somebody's chat, that's not even talking about you, but may have talked about you in the past. Obviously, that's something that, Natasha has a problem with, and she can set those type of boundaries for herself. I don't care, but I'm setting these type of boundaries for myself as a creator. And I am not going to publicly denounce everybody that Natasha doesn't like. I'm just not going to do it. And I've already said that. I'm just reiterating it because I just feel like now everything is being spun. Everything's being spun. Like, do you really think that it's possible? I don't think I've ever been in a chat where at least 2 or 3 people didn't like her. I'm not gonna lie. Even it could be a channel that's in support of her. There are just people that don't like that woman. And it's everywhere you go. Okay? And yeah, they'll be blocked and deleted when they express their opinion, but it still is everywhere you go. You can't set those type of high expectations on a friend, an acquaintance, and especially a creator. It's impossible, right? That girl, it's almost impossible. It's like everywhere you turn, it's like people are saying something about her. And let me also tell you something. If I was to continue to defend her, well, that would be a damn full-time job now, wouldn't it? Let me read some of these comments. And biggest lesson I've learned from all my own damage is to love and respect everyone. I agree, Mrs. Portland. You are 100% right. Love and respect everyone. We don't always have to agree, but it doesn't have to be a bashing session. I think that, when it comes to choosing sides, I don't want to choose sides, but when it comes to that creator, you don't have a choice. You're made to choose sides. Anybody who actually knows Teaya knows you don't try to build off others. And if people leave, they weren't here for the right reasons to begin with. Amen. Yeah, I don't want that. Like, I'm not looking. And I think a lot of people, especially people who know me, were like, I'm going to be so mad when she hurts Teaya, or I don't know what Tia's doing, or different things like that. And I think people who speak highly of me would understand that this is just the type of person that I am. I just want to give people the benefit of the doubt. I try to treat people the way I would want to be treated. And I felt like she was being relentlessly attacked. I felt like there really was no moral high ground anymore. That's why a lot of people started giving Natasha more of a chance and the benefit of the doubt. And unfortunately, I learned, and I said deuces. You know what I mean? Like, everybody makes mistakes. No one should defend her. She's the one who said she didn't want anyone defending her. Hold her to it. That's true too. Yeah, that's true, Siren. That's very true. She always said, I don't need you to defend me. Don't defend me, because then that puts you in the line of fire. Don't defend me. So I know that a lot of you guys have your own experiences with that creator. I don't want to say her name too much. I know you guys have your own experience with her, and it's contrary to popular belief, you guys. It's not the popular thing to be against Natasha. I don't know why she thinks that. I said her name, but I don't know why she thinks that, because it's really not. She has built a decent sized community, not a big community, but she definitely has a decent sized community. That's why when you say you've been mass reported, of course, always in the back of my mind, I'm thinking you guys have to understand that mass reporting does not get your channel shut down. It doesn't. It gets your channel noticed and paid attention to, and it actually gets a real life person to look at your channel, okay, instead of an AI, but it doesn't get your channel shut down. I feel like her community is a decent size enough compared to the people that don't like her, if that makes any sense. Am I making sense, you guys? Probably not. Can we all coexist on the same platform? It doesn't seem like it. It really doesn't. Exactly. Her circle is going to get real small real fast, especially when she says she will give her friends the same respect. Yeah, right. So basically, she is alienating literally every channel but hers. Exactly. I agree 100%. And it's almost like, let me give you guys a little example. Sometimes when you're a bigger creator, you like to surround yourself around smaller creators, because you want those smaller creators to be your little minions. And it makes it to where those smaller creators, every once in a while or consistently, whatever, they're doing content about you, they're defending you or whatever. And then those are your little minions and they're fighting for you or whatever. And that's how I look at it. Regardless of how many supporters Natasha has, it doesn't make her channel any more important than anyone else's, including myself. Having a decent amount of people that support you shouldn't define you, for one, okay? Shouldn't define you. And for two, it doesn't make you better than anyone else here on YouTube. It just doesn't. If you want to walk around and act like you have fucking 20 million subscribers, then that's on you. And hopefully you get there one day. But regardless, your channel is no better than mine just because you have more subscribers than I do. That's not how it works. It's not. Especially because technically you shouldn't be here. Let's keep it real here. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with cancel culture. I stand by that. I hope she does get her channels back, but technically you don't have a channel. So you can walk around here talking about other people's channels and putting yourself above everyone else because you have more subscribers. And sometimes some creators do that on purpose. You know, they associate with smaller creators to manipulate and control them and use their subs. The bigger creator will use their subs as their advantage. And just like Kelly the advocate said on her live, well, Teaya did support you. I don't know. I don't think she went live that often. No, I don't. I have a lot of trouble being able to balance, you know, my home life to being consistent, but I am going to get better at it. But I really, really am. But regardless, I may not have went live every single day, but I also, when I would go live, tried to offer my support in any way that I can because I felt like that's what um, a friend, and not even a friend, somebody that you're cool with, somebody who cares about you would do for you because I would want the same thing done for me. It feels like she isn't even aware of what the hell comes out of her mouth. She doesn't believe that she puts out what she gets back. At some point, she needs to lose the whole defending myself. Yeah, because, you know, all you guys have to do is go back and watch my live from yesterday. I did not bash her in any way, shape, or form. She used that, made it up, she lied so she can get her because that's the way that she manipulates her supporters. That's the way that she shows them, oh, she was bashing me. She was doing this, she was doing that. And that's not what I was doing. I was not bashing her. I was responding to her. This started because of her, not me. Watch a few short videos on cults. It will make sense. I'm not referring to religious cults. Social cults are a thing. Really? Let me go up a little bit. And another thing too, as I said yesterday, and I want to state this again tonight, sometimes, you know, there may have been people that watched me in the background but never really wanted to come to my channel because let's be real here, a lot of Natasha's supporters were on my channel because I was in support of her and was trying to do whatever I could to show her support. Okay. So maybe the people that, you know, are subscribed to me or do support me that aren't Natasha supporters felt uncomfortable coming into the chat. I completely get that. I understand that. So quit saying that, you know, these people are only in your chat because of this. Maybe you're right. I don't know, you know, and I really don't give a shit. You want to come into my chat and because of what I'm talking about, that's what YouTube is all about. People come into your chat because they like what you're talking about. I'm sorry, you guys. So as you can see, I'm good. That made me so mad when she just picked out those two creators. But what I will say, and this is a promise, and unfortunately, there are a few people that wish that it could have been handled behind the scenes. I'm sorry. I'm more sorry to people who wish I could handle it behind the scenes. There's no way it could have been handled behind the scenes because she made it public. Okay. She's the one that had the problem. Natasha is the one that had a problem. So if you got a problem, be a grown ass woman and pick up the phone. Be a grown woman and pick up the phone and say, look, this is what I don't like. We have a discussion. Either that discussion is going to be we part ways, we're not cordial anymore, or we move forward and have an understanding. Period. We could have handled it behind the scenes, you guys. She didn't want to. I don't kiss nobody's ass to get along with them. You think I'm going to go ahead and just, oh, let me keep calling her. Let me keep calling her. Y'all got me fucked up. I agree, Mandacy. I agree. You're 100% right. Nothing is public with her. Everything's content. Yes, can somebody drop that girl's link in the chat? a mod, please? Or let me see if I can find it. NC doesn't answer the phone. She jumps to a live stream. Yep, I agree. I 100% agree. And then now it's going to be, oh, Mandy C was in her chat. Siren was in her chat. Like, why are you watching who's in my chat? Like, why do you even care? Like, I don't. Oh, shit. You guys, here's my promise to you, okay? Let me make a promise to you guys. Oh, I promise you, I'm not saying that I would never talk to that woman again. Like, I know that there have been people that constantly make up with her. Um, Hopefully they may have learned their lesson. But with me, like I said, I would never ever speak to that woman again. Like, why are you reading my chat? Why are you keeping track of people who are in my chat? Why do you care? Just keep it moving. Just keep it moving, okay? Keep it moving. Tia, you have kept everything classy. Thank you, Ellie. That's weird to watch other people's chats. I think it is because I don't watch her chat. I don't care. The chat was fun and she streamed the news, so I knew it was current and I didn't have to search it myself. Oh, are you talking about the Gabby Petito case, that girl? I tried to discuss something with her quietly behind the scenes. She left the chat and went live to drag me. I'm sorry, Nikki. But you're strong. Obviously, you've been there. And that's what I'm saying. I think, people connect in different ways. And now I see, and I think I never paid attention to it before. I guess she's hurt a lot of people. And I guess if I was a sensitive person, I probably would have been hurt myself. But I've been there. I've been to that place. I've been in that place where I've been thrown under the bus and it's, oh, I don't care, about you and, blah, blah, blah. I've just been there. So I'm very, what do you call that? Susceptible to it. I was calling her Natasha Jones the other night in my head. It's the way it starts. I think a lot of YouTube communities have some cult-like features. But yeah, that's true. That's true. Did you feel like you were in a cult? No, no, I'm a hacker. I didn't feel like that. But then you have to realize I wasn't. If I would, let's put it this way. If I blindly supported her, I would still be there, you guys. Like, I mean, I don't, that's just how I feel. Like, I literally could have said, I apologize, Natasha. I won't go into the DeLorean's chat anymore. I won't go into people's chats that you don't like. I could have done that, and I would still be cool with her. But that's not how I roll. So, no, it never felt like that when I was there, but I wasn't invested in that way, if that makes sense. I wasn't even in her chat a lot. Like, I would come in her chat, if I was interested in something she was talking about, but it wasn't like that. Like, so no, it didn't feel like that at all. It made me kind of sad to hear Kelly just agreeing for the sake of argument instead of Kelly defending you publicly. Natasha only wants yes men. And or yes ladies, right? Yeah, and that's the thing. I do think she tried to. I do, but when somebody, and that's the same thing that she did a few days ago on Kelly's panel, when Natasha was sitting there thanking everybody, and she thanked people that really did not, and I'm not disregarding what other people's support is, but definitely didn't support her when she lost her channels as much as I did. And that was, every white person that she's friends with. I'm not making it into that. But like I said, when it comes down to it, I'm the only person that she threw under the bus and tried to antagonize in that way. And almost trying to bully me to feel and agree with her. And that's not how I roll. That's not what I do. And I don't know why you thought that you could. But to me, like I said, some people have that kind of racist mentality. Um, Not mentality, but you guys know what I mean, subconsciously. It's just sometimes depending upon what you've grown up around. And I was not hurt. I was more disappointed because I tried very hard to be cool with her and to show her, look, you can use my platform. And she straight lied. And that's the one thing I didn't know that Natasha was. I didn't know she was a liar. She straight lied. She straight lied on her panel and said that I never reached out to her. I could show you guys messages of me and her having conversations, her asking if she can come on my panel, her asking to share my link, her texting me to come to her what is that? The makeup thing, the makeup sale. All of those things. Am I going to get it out and show you? No, but she straight lied. And then she said the only time I talked to her is when my channel shut down, and she said that her and Max was going to take care of it. First of all, no. No. We were trying to help and get screenshots and different things like that, of people that were saying nasty, horrible things about her. But I had talked to her multiple times through Messenger since that day. Like, quit lying. And to me, the only reason why she lied and backtracked is because she knew I literally called her out. And some people need to have a reality check on what a racist they are. And to me, with her past, and then I see this pattern of what she did, I'm sorry, I do think that she is and has racist tendencies. That's my opinion. You don't have to agree with me. I'm entitled to my own opinion, just like she's entitled to hers. And as far as her losing respect for me, she is the last person that I will ever care how to respect for me. She is the least, most, and she does not have any credibility at all. Teaya, I told NC behind the scenes I felt bad about past comments I made the night you were up on panel with us, and she was telling me to apologize. I meant everything I said. Oh, thank you, Mandy. I appreciate you apologizing to me, and I accepted your apology. I did. I appreciated that you apologized. And I never said that you were racist. I said racial microaggressions. I don't think you're racist. I never said that. But I appreciate you apologizing to me. And it was like, I guess I was supposed to just start talking about you too. I'm not going to do it. It's like, where do you draw the line? So I'm supposed to just start attacking everyone because y'all don't like them. But yet, just a few weeks ago, you were friends with them and they were on your panel. Like, no. I tried to make my point, and I tried to make Kelly see that. As far as like telling her, as far as trying to tell her that I was a supporter, she even knows how much I supported Natasha. And the fact that she knew how disappointing that was, what Natasha was doing to me, I wish she would have stood up for that instead of just sitting there and nodding and agreeing to every single thing that Natasha said. Because I would never do that with Kelly. Just like she sat there and said that I was kissing Kelly's ass. And I heard that she had said that Kelly knew that I was kissing her ass when I went up on Kelly's panel to console her because she was crying. That's not kissing ass, okay? I may not know her 100% completely, but I've been watching Kelly before I even knew who Natasha was. I found Kelly through the Watts case, but yet somehow you make that shit about you. Oh, you wouldn't even know her if you didn't go to her channel because of me. That's not true. I may not have been on Kelly's channel consistently, but I used to watch Kelly a lot especially when she used to talk about the Watts case. I can go way back of the first time I've been on Kelly's channel. It had nothing to do with Natasha. Okay. And I know Kelly's story with her DV situation, and it's very, very corrigible. So I just went up there to console her, not to kiss her ass. But of course, Natasha had to turn it into that. And to that should be an insult to you in itself. Because just because somebody's giving you a compliment, Natasha turns it into kissing ass. Oh, you don't even know her. It doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. I felt bad. She was crying. I felt bad for her. That's it. But I wanted her to know that she was strong. That's what I would do for any woman that's crying, except her, except for that creator. Natasha just said that to belittle you. She wanted to get Kelly's head big. I agree, Mandy. It's crazy how NC thinks she can control everybody and so many people don't notice it. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. But I feel like eventually, um, you know, people will, I guess. I don't know. I just choose not to um, want anything to do with her. Like, I don't want to watch her. I won't watch her anymore. She doesn't have to watch me. Quit fucking reading every fucking thing in my community post and all those kinds of things. The only reason why I made a community post is because you sat there and you freaking said that I was kissing somebody's ass. Don't get it twisted. Okay. I went up there because she was crying, but of course, somehow or some way, it had to be made all about you. And I don't expect for anyone like Natasha to ever understand these things because people like her don't. But what I will say is, you, I don't have a problem with Kelly. I wish her the best and nothing but success. Hope everything works out with her and her channel. I don't have any bad feelings towards her. All I will say is that you were unmodded because I knew the pressure that you were getting behind the scenes not to be a friend or to even be cool with me. I can't call you a friend per se because we were just getting to know each other, but I knew the pressure that you were getting behind the scenes. So I didn't want you to have to endure that. So I thought it would be easier to just unmod you. Secondly, you've never been in my chat when I was live. Not one time have you ever physically modded in my chat. So the fact that you made it aware that you didn't have your wrench is odd to me because I don't know why you would care if you've never even been in my chat to mod. Okay? But I can empathize. Okay, I unmodded you, but that's why I did. Because sometimes I have to make the right decision in the spur of the moment of what I think is best. And I did not want you to be put in that position because it's not fair. That's why I took your wrench. And you also messaged me and said, I just want to show you love, but I can't be in your chat if Robbie's in there. Okay. Well, to me personally, if you can't be in my chat when Robbie's here, that doesn't bother me. But in the same sense, you really have never modded in my chat. So I don't see why you would care if you have a wrench or not. But I didn't take your wrench out of maliciousness or anything like that. I took your wrench because you're never here. And the one time you pay attention to my chat and you acknowledge the fact that you don't have a wrench, literally, I just gave you a wrench 2 days ago. I just made you a mod 2 days ago. But the fact that now you notice that you don't have a wrench, okay. But the point is that I wish you the best. And it's unfortunate that things had to happen the way that they did. But I do realize and understand that Robbie has said some horrible things about you in the past, Kelly, but you did accept his apology. And if you didn't feel right accepting his apology, then you shouldn't have. Because if you accept somebody's apology, you shouldn't keep bringing up what they've done to you. And if you didn't get over that, then you shouldn't accept that person's apology. That's okay. Let me go up. As soon as Natasha realizes that Kelly and Dorothy both gained a bunch of subscribers from her, she'll turn on both of them. That's just what she does. Really? I didn't know. Her followers do not even see that when she hates on someone and they automatically start talking trash about the person. That is social cult behavior. It is scary seeing that from the outside. I will watch that. Somebody send it to me. the social cult thing, I would like to look up on that. Um, I found Kelly way before Natasha was ever even a thought on this platform. So did I. I found Kelly from the Watts case. I didn't find her from Natasha. Like, what the fuck? Kelly will learn soon enough. Hopefully, she will find the video where NC said that Mexicans. Oh, wow. I can't deal with people who parrot back exactly what she wants them to say. I agree. And that's why she had her on the panel. She's a racist and hates who and whatever. Who is that? Natasha Richardson. I hope the spy screenshot my good side. Ellie, she has been it that has been circulating for a while. I read that. Going down. Hey, Detective Turtle Gum. Never seen you in here before. She does have no lawyer. I don't know. I've never spoke to her about that. I really have the ability to be silent. It's hereditary. Me neither, girl. She is a narcissist and dangerous. I'm sorry, I must have missed her comment. I was talking about my mom, not Natasha. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, sweetie. Yeah, I've never talked to her, spoke with her about her attorney. I don't know if she's allowed to, I don't think she's allowed to tell anybody. Yes, I'm very sorry, Natasha. That's because last night Natasha blurted out, and now Tia's turning on Kelly too. She took her wrench. That's not what happened. And that's what I'm saying. She paints her own narratives. You know, that's not true. I took Kelly's wrench because I knew the pressure she was getting behind the scenes. And that was from a few days ago. And I'm not going to say anything else about her talking behind my back, but what I will say is if you agree that I was kissing your ass, which Natasha blatantly said that you agreed and you knew what I was doing, that is talking behind my back. So you mod as a favor to a friend. It should not matter who else is around. Anyone could wander into the chat. If you can't remove your feelings from it, then you don't need the wrench, period. And I agree with that to a certain extent, Siren. I do. Everyone found KTA from the Watts case. I thought, yeah, that's where I found her at. And I've been in Kelly's chat, not just because of Natasha. I've been in Kelly's chat a lot of times. I may not have said anything, but there's times that I said something. I would have to go back and look, but I have. But I watched her the most during the Watts case. I'm not gonna lie, and I commented the most during the Watts when everybody was talking about it. Yeah, how do you put up with that? Any moment now, she might lose the channel she's using right now. I'm looking forward to it. TikTok. I have to wonder if KTA can't actually forgive Robbie. Then is this love of Dot real? Oh, that's right. You know what? I always forget that Dorothy had a channel about Kelly. I forgot about that. I don't know. All I know is if you accept somebody's apology, you shouldn't keep bringing up the past. And when you accept somebody's apology, and then now you want to talk about the things that he's done to you, well, your feelings are valid. Excuse me. You're allowed to talk about what was done to you. But if someone apologizes to you and you forgive them, you should forgive them and move forward, right? But then as soon as Natasha doesn't like him anymore, you know, it just doesn't, make any sense. But regardless, like I said, I don't have a problem with Kelly. If you want to agree to everything that Natasha says, that's on you. But what I will say is this: you don't. Last time I checked, you're not Black. Okay. You haven't dealt or will you have to deal with half of the racism I have been through throughout my life. I don't have to use racism as a crutch. I don't have to call people racist if they're not racist. There's a lot of people that I've been friends with that are not racist or been cool with that are not racist. But some people can be closet racist and hide it very, very well. Now, if Natasha didn't have a past of saying derogatory things towards Black people, then I wouldn't say this at all. But because she does, and I am the only Black person that she threw under the bus, it's questionable to me. It makes me look at her sideways, and it definitely makes me look at her like it's very easy. And a lot of people who are racist do that type of thing because they feel as though they're superior to Black people. Now, to me, I feel like Natasha treats everyone like crap that doesn't agree with her, or that doesn't do what she says or whatever. That's my opinion and I'm entitled to it. But don't ever sit here and tell me what this is and what that is, because guess what? If you've never lived it and you've never had to deal with those types of things, then you have no fucking clue what the fuck I'm talking about. And that's when shit gets real. That's when shit gets serious because you don't know. If you've never had to experience it yourself firsthand, then you don't know. They're always like, oh, hold on. I lost her. They're always like, do you remember when this happened? Nope, I don't because I don't live in the past. Thank you. Thank you. I don't live in the past. I live in the now. Quit bringing things up from the past, especially if you accept somebody's apology. That's just my opinion, and I'm allowed to feel that way. And in no way was I turning against Kelly or anything. I just didn't want her to be put in a bad position. And that's it. That's the only reason. I wasn't turning against her. But of course, like I said, I can't, the back and forth and all of these things, um, that's ridiculous. Like that's ridiculous. And that's the one thing too that I never wanted to do. Like Natasha's been on my panel like what, 3 or 4 times after losing her channels. And that's why she's trying to double down. That's why she's lying. Okay. Because when somebody starts calling you out and saying, I'm looking at you sideways now because you have literally thanked and went around trying to passively aggressive, you guys know what I mean, trying to put me down and make me feel like I'm less than these other creators that you hold on a pedestal because they are doing everything that you want and say, but yet you talk about me being on people's channels, but yet you got one creator that has them on her panel, not even another creator. She had the DeLorean on her channel. Are you going to hold her to that same, are you going to hold her accountable for that? Are you going to tell her the same thing? Probably not. But I'm the one that you threw under the bus. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. And there doesn't have to be an argument with it. It doesn't have to go any further than what it did. But I just feel like this is, what do you call that? I don't want to say patterns because everybody says patterns. I would say that I feel like it's the same thing. Does it ever change? Can you change it up a little bit? Does it always have to be you make a video, then she makes a video, and of course she's bashing you. This creator's bashing you. Then you make another video and that creator wasn't even bashing you, but then you make a video bashing her. And then it's talking about how you're completely off. You're talking about that creator. You're trying to bring that creator down. You're telling your supporters to not support that creator. Then you take it to the next pattern. Yeah, nobody was ever in her chat. It's the same thing all the time. Like every person that you fall out with, you do the same exact thing. It's just so weird to me. It's so weird. It just is. I'm actually not fighting with anybody. Hopefully I say this right. Xylee I'm not fighting with nobody. I just don't associate with Natasha no more, and that's pretty much it. I've watched you for 2 years and really like you and your channel. I was so concerned when NC started her love bombing you. That is her typical behavior, and later the real NC comes out. You're right. You're right, sweet Lulu. And I thank you for being here. And you're absolutely right. And I learned. Unfortunately, I learned the hard way, but I thank you for being here now. It means a lot. It really does. I just wanted to come on here and address those things because it's just, oh my Lord Jesus. But I'm not going to go tit for tat with her, you guys, I promise. Do you think she will go on panel on other channels when she gets hers back? Those channels will be forgotten. 100. That is 100. She Yeah, can somebody send that social call thing to me, please? Somebody? I don't know everything, ma'am. Robbie is never safe. Round up a posse. I said posse. Get your mind out of the gutter. So did KTA just decide to not like you because NC turned? That is weak. Yeah, I mean, I guess she agrees with the things that Natasha said, and I think that's fine. She's allowed to agree with her, and if that's what she wants to do, I wish her nothing but the best. I have no ill feelings towards her, and I do think Kelly is a very nice person, like I said, and I am absolutely obsessed with Max, and she's a mutual friend of ours, and I just don't want to be disrespectful, but I will say you literally got on that panel and agreed with everything that she said. I just wish that you could have had your own opinion. Maybe not about everything, but you know how disappointed I was when she was thanking everyone else except for me. You can sit there, you know the truth. All you have to do is watch my live. I blatantly showed how many times she's been on my panel, how many community posts that I had did in defense of her. You know those things, and the fact that you could just sit there and ask her, well, uh, did you ever thank her? She thanked me once in the beginning, but guess what, you guys? That was as she got her channel taken away how long ago? She had been on my channel a few times, after she thanks me the first time. Okay. And she's been going around passively aggressively thanking everyone else. Thank you, Amanda Zananda. Excuse me. Thank you, Amanda Zananda. Thank you, Kelly. I don't know what I would do without you, Kelly. Thank you. Who else? Thank you, Dorothy. Thank you. Who am I forgetting? Save the drama. Thank you, Peekaboo, things like that. Now, I'm not saying those channels didn't support her. They did. A lot of channels were trying to support her, including myself. And the fact that she just threw me under the bus like that shows her character, and it shows, in my personal opinion, how she feels about Black people. Don't like it. Don't care. You don't have to agree with it. You can say I'm making it about race, but I'm telling you that's the typical thing that someone like you would say, to disregard what a Black person is trying to convey. Instead of trying to learn, you deflect. That's what you do. And you can say it's not about race all you want to. It's not hard to look at things for what they are and say, well, you know what? If she wants to give these people a chance, that's on her. Because guess what? Anybody in this comment section that chooses to give somebody a chance that I don't like, you want to know what I'm going to say to you? Well, hopefully they don't do to you what they did to me, but you're going to learn. And I'll be right here. I'll be right here when you do. That's it. That's it, y'all. She did the exact same thing when her aunt passed. She would read off a list of people who sent condolences or donated like it's a popularity contest. Yeah, that's not right. Good night, Goose. Thank you for being here, sweetie. Bus fare. Next time, hop on the bus. Thank you, Kimberly. Thank you so much for the super chat, beautiful. I appreciate that. I'd have to watch her video about you. And yeah, I think it's the video that she has up right now. If she's still live, I don't know. I wasn't watching, I just got clips. And yes, thank you so much, Kimberly. That means so much to me. I just got clips, but I just wanted to come in here and address a few things that I heard her say because that's the only thing that pissed me off. I'm not trying to turn her African American supporters against her. You know, we went hard for her. But in the same sense, they have a mind of their own, and I'm fully aware that these are strong, independent Black women. I would never try to turn them against you. I know that they are supporters of yours, and I have no problem with that. But don't pit us against one another, because that's where I won't tolerate that. Don't do that. People try to pit Black women against each other all the time. Don't do that shit. That's wrong, and you shouldn't have never said their names in the first place. I'm not trying to turn them against you. What kind of hell sense does that make? That doesn't make any sense. Why? Because I feel like because out of all the people you threw under the bus, the one person you did that actually defended you, I was good enough to defend you when you needed somebody to defend you against racism, huh? Yeah. Eat that. Yeah, that's the only part that makes me so mad, you guys. Oh, thank you, Chris. Hold on. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, that's my son. Okay, Drizzy. What are you doing up? You better go to sleep. That's my oldest son, you guys. Hold on, I seen somebody in here that I watch. I think I missed him. Tia, did she make racial comments towards you? No. Mandy, you would have to go. I would send you some clips. In my opinion, I said that to me, she has racist tendencies. I never said she was a racist. I said racist tendencies because to me, I find it very odd that, she called out everyone, like all of the white creators that supported her, but she was quick to throw me, little old me, the Black girl, under the bus. And that's what I had said in my comments. I didn't make a post about it. I didn't go live and talk about it. I said it in my comments. She ended up finding that in my comments and she read it out on her live, Mandy. And then when she read that on her live, she said all she's trying to do is turn I'm not going to say their names, but I think you know who I'm talking about because you've been on panel with them before. But she's like, she's trying to turn my two African American creators against me. And then she's like, but that's okay because I have people of all ethnicities who support me. And it's like, that's not what I was trying to do. Her two African American supporters were the last people that I was thinking about at that moment of when I said that. That's not what I was trying to do. I feel the way that I feel, and they can feel the way that they feel, but don't pit us against one another and make me look like I'm trying to turn them against you because I would never do that. Yes, that's what she was saying. She's trying to say I was trying to turn them against her, and I would never do that. They are smart, highly intelligent women, and they can think for themselves, and they know that. And trust me, they're intelligent women. I'm sure that they can blatantly see what's right in front of them. And if they don't, they will. But to sit there and try to pit us against one another like Tia's the enemy and she's trying to turn you against me. No, fuck that. I won't tolerate that. That happens too often here in America, trying to pit Black women against each other. Don't do that shit. because that's when I start getting pissed. See, and notice how the sex bots came in during this topic? Yeah, I did. Yeah. So what does that mean? I never usually go live this late. Good night, all you beautiful people. It's 2:30 a.m. It's same time here, Gold Star Mom. Thank you for being here. Time to close my eyes. Enjoyed your live tonight, Tia. Thank you so much for being here, beautiful. I appreciate you. I appreciate you guys so much for being here. Yeah, that's just weird. As soon as I started talking about that, they do it to Brit and them too. Send the bots. The sex bots are all over YouTube. It really doesn't mean anything, to be honest. Apparently, we need lube to survive these streets. Mandy, it happens every time someone talks about her. Those sex bots go in all chats. I've been paying attention to the times where they show up. Yeah, that's the first time it's happened in a while. But as soon as I started talking about that, yep, you're right. But yep. Oh yeah, she can bash me as much as she wants, you guys. Says more about her than it does about me. I'm not gonna ever bash her. Look, I would never stoop to that level. All Natasha is trying to do is bring other people down with her, and she's not doing that with me. That's not gonna work with me. I'm way too intelligent for that shit. Yeah, they be in the political chats too. Do they, Nat A? I was just in a totally different community, and the sex bots were there too. Oh my God, maybe they're following me. Your feelings are valid, whether she's a racist or not. Your feelings are valid. It's up to her to prove otherwise. They say if it talks like a duck, exactly. And AT2, I love watching you. I don't know how you found me on here, but I really do enjoy watching you. I've been watching you for a long time, and I have commented in your chat sometimes. I've commented actually a lot, but I remember when that was going on against you. And what is that creator's name? He's not here no more. But he was, what the hell was his name? They took him off. He was a heavier set guy. I don't know, but you were battling it with him, and I used to love watching. I was on your side, of course, and I didn't even pick sides, but the things that he would say about you, I had to defend you when it came to that, and I always defended you in his chat if I was ever in there. But I love your channel. Keep doing what you're doing, and thank you for saying that too. I don't. I mean, people can say it if they want to, but I'm not going to call somebody that I think is a racist or has racist tendencies. That's it, Kimberly. Real entertainment. Yes, when they were going at it with each other, oh my gosh, it was crazy. So I appreciate you stopping by. That means a lot. Well, he was heavier set. The tendencies have always been there. That's what I'm saying. When I see racist tendencies, when I say that, okay, that means that you may think that racism is not still there, but it is. And like I said, if she didn't have a racist past, I wouldn't say anything. I would say, okay, she threw me under the bus. But since she does have a racist past and I'm the only Black person that she didn't think, like, what you did wasn't good enough. It goes way back. It's deeper, you guys, and I'm not even going to get into it. But in my opinion, that's how I feel. And instead of trying to disregard that and try to pit me against other beautiful Black women, don't do that shit. Don't do that. You don't have to agree with what I'm saying, but instead of trying to sit there and learn something, how about do that? Try to learn something. Learn something. Try to see things from a Black person's perspective for once in your life. He dragged my name through the mud as well. Did he? Ren. Yes. I felt bad when he lost his channel, though, you guys. I'm not going to lie. Phoebe, yes. And they started in her chats in this community. I know it happens all over now.
but it wasn't a thing before. They only appeared in NC's chats or during the times we weren't speaking. I've never noticed that, but yeah, thank you for bringing that to my attention. I will definitely start watching. It has, and also that's never happened when she was on my panel, and she's been on my panel uh a lot, at least 3 or 4 times, and it's never happened. That is weird. That's weird. I didn't mean AT2 is heavy. I meant oh yeah, I know what you meant, Ren. I know, sweetie. Not shocked, but didn't know. Yeah, sometimes it takes somebody to bring that to your attention. Thank you. Real Entertainment was his name. Thank God he's not here. Oh, I know. It's more of colorisms within the Black community. But yes, there's plenty of Black racists. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm not saying that there is not. Excuse me. There's people are racist of all ethnicities. I'm not just saying white people are racist. I'm just talking about my experience, and she can think whatever she wants to think. That's just, I feel like, a lot of people tried to bring that to my attention too, and I just ignored because I looked at it like, okay, it was a long time ago. But when you look in the past and you look at what she did now, it just makes a lot of sense to me, you guys. That's all. But I miss her caring. Yeah. When I was caring for my cousin while she was fighting cancer, he did a couple hour-long videos. Oh, I'm sorry. That's horrible, Kimberly. That really is. Natasha is sadistic. Before we go, Mandy, why did you you guys were friends. So what made you decide, okay, I don't want to be friends with her anymore? Like, what made you change your mind as far as like saying, I don't want to be bothered or anything like that? Like, I never really understood that, and I never really got an answer out of her. I'm just wondering, like, what made you look at her and say, I don't want anything to do with you? Just asking, just curious. Did she do something bad? Or, well, I know you guys went tit for tat in the past, but I defended the wrong creator who eventually turned on me, so nothing new. I'm just a sub or a supporter. I'm going to fall asleep, not because you're boring. I'm just exhausted. Thank you for being here, that girl. Make sure you guys drop that girl in the chat. I don't know if you did drop her channel in the chat. Mandy's too. If not, I will put it in the description because I don't know how many mods I have here. Hold on. Yes, I really enjoy watching you, AT, too. I've been watching you for a long time. And congratulations on the success of your channel, too. Check out AT, too. He's amazing. He keeps it real. I'm all like, what do you call that? What do you call that? Like when, you feel like somebody very like a celebrity status is in your chat. That's how I feel with AT2 in my chat. So thank you for being here. So I wanted to thank you for that. But yeah, well, maybe one day you can, did I miss what you said, Mandy? I don't know. I probably missed some comments, but I was just wondering why you, really decided I don't want anything to do with her. I know why I did, because literally, I had to choose. Basically, like either I was going to say I'm not going into anybody's chat that doesn't like you, or
and I'm not going to do that. Ain't nobody going to tell me what to do. I'll do what I want, and that's it. And yep, I'm a grown woman. You keep bringing that up. You keep saying you're a grown woman. Yep, I'm a grown ass woman. You got that right. Amen. AT2. Amen. And I'm just saying, given her past, it just makes me look at her and, like think, okay, because there was another creator that said that me and two other African American women were her black tokens. And then she said a derogatory term towards her niece. But regardless of anything, it makes you wonder, was I really her token? You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. And she's the one, okay, who brought it up. That was in my comments. You're the one who brought light to it, not me. I wasn't never going to talk about it or anything. I just said it in my comments. So the fact that you're paranoid trying to backtrack, oh, I did thank her once, then she didn't do anything for me anymore. You're sick. Sorry, but you are. And I'm done talking about my Lord Jesus. I never seen anything like it before. Never. Thank you, Mrs. Portland. Thank you. Thank you. And I do want to say, Mrs. Portland, that what I did do a live about you, because I think you were saying some really nasty things about Natasha. I do. But I also think that Natasha said nasty things to you. I didn't like the thing that you said about her aunt, but what's in the past is in the past. You never, excuse me, you never did anything personally to me. And I hope that things like that do hurt, but I'm sure Natasha has hurt you too. I'm sure she has. And, whoops, there you go. Thank you for that. I'm sure she has hurt you too. And, bye, Natasha. Thank you for being here, beautiful. But I appreciate you coming in here. That is just, see, that's what you're supposed to do. That's just amazing. I'm so sorry to hear your links aren't working. Whose links aren't working? Get ready, you guys. Tomorrow it's gonna be, oh, those people don't care about her. They're not in her chat for her. They're in her chat to bash me. Nobody's bashing her. Okay. So I just want to make sure that that's clear. Okay, hold on. Let me read this comment. Joanne says, with Natasha, it's only a matter of time before she does. The what's good for me is not for thee and her subs. We'll see. She uses control tactics. Oh, they aren't working, Mrs. Portland? Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on, you guys. Let's see if I can try to put that there. See if it works. I'll be on the highway tomorrow driving back home, so I'll catch you. I'll catch up when I get home and settle. Thank you for being here, Nat A. Thank you. It really does mean a lot to me that you stand on your own and that you make your own choices. It does. I'm very, very happy to see you in here, really. Because I thought you weren't going to ever come back here again. So thank you for being here. What wasn't mentioned was the night before Mrs. Portland said that about Natasha's aunt. Natasha's said the same exact thing about Mrs. P's dad. I heard it myself and it was sad. Neither is right though. I did not hear that. And if that's the case, like I said, I know that they have said bad things about each other. And if she did say that, I'm sorry, Mrs. Portland. Like I said, it's been a tit for tat. And hopefully one day it will stop because nobody deserves it. Um, and Mrs. Portland is a protected class too. So, and if you take accountability for that, that's all you can really ask for, right? Is just to take accountability. What I mean is it's okay for her to go. It's okay for her to go to hater channels or places where her friends are bashed, but she's been threatening her subs about doing the same. Yeah, it's not right. It's not right. Thank you, Mandy. I appreciate that. And another thing too, what I wanted to say is I remember a story that somebody had told me, and it may have been Natasha herself. Oh, yeah, because I asked her about it on panel because I asked her, I said, where is Lynn? You know, like I haven't seen her, and I know that I liked hearing a lot of the things that Lynn had to say when I would watch Natasha. And with the Gabby Petito case, I know that they worked on that together. So I asked her, where is Lynn? And she said that Lynn, you know, kind of kept her distance when she chose to be friends with Lana. Now, you can sit there and say that that is a completely different story. You know, it's a completely different situation, but I disagree. I really do. Because Lana has said some pretty bad things about Lynn. And I know Lynn has said it's been a tit for tat, but regardless, you chose to be friends with Lana, you know? And where did that leave Lynn? Well, she chose to keep her distance from you because of that, right? It's the same damn thing. You see me in the DeLorean's chat one time, you guys, one time. And I do watch the DeLorean sometimes. I just don't really say anything. But you see me in her chat one time showing her support for something that didn't have anything to do with Natasha. And you publicly say that that hurt your feelings. And how come I didn't show you support? After you're literally publicly going around making passive aggressive comments how I never did anything for you or I never helped you. All I'm saying is that's not a different situation. It's not. The only way the situation is different is that I'm not really technically friends with Lindsay. You know what I'm saying? I'm not friends with her. She's cool, but I'm not friends with her. So therefore, you became cool with Lana. You start going into her chat. It's the same example. So how come it's okay for you to do those things, but other people do it? And it's no, you can't do that to me. But no matter how much I sit here and say this, you guys, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because to me, I feel like I don't see her ever seeing that. When you're that type of person that only looks at things from your own perspective, you're never going to look at things in the, you know, in the light of somebody else. You're never going to sit down and try to empathize with somebody else, but you expect other people to empathize with you. I get it. I completely understand how stressful it was, you know, to have your channels taken away. I'm not saying or taken away from the fact that she worked hard to have the members and everything like that. I'd be upset too, but that's nobody else's fault but your own. That don't have shit to do with me. All I could try to do is try to help you because we're cool and I'm against cancel culture. But the fact that you just threw me under the bus and I'm supposed to be okay with that shows your character. It doesn't show mine. And then you say I was out. There was this big bash session on you yesterday. The only thing that happened yesterday is there were people that were speaking in my chat that really haven't spoke in a few months since I've been cool with you, since I chose to be cool with you. And that's their choice. That's how YouTube works. Sorry, it is. People come into your chat when they like what you're talking about. Okay, let me go up. Mandy, she is. Natasha called her arrogant today.
But what she meant is classy, something Natasha can never be like you too. Amen. Everyone has room to grow. I agree, Siren. She does get the minorities fighting a lot. I'm just saying, don't pit Black women against each other. It's a pet peeve of mine. It's triggering for me, and it happens too much in America as a whole. And any Black woman would understand what I'm talking about. I don't care where you go. Support whoever you want to. I'm not trying to turn nobody against you. Period. Natasha is not a racist. Don't use the race card, please. Color is not the issue here. It's not the race card, Holly Evans, and that's your opinion, and you're entitled to it. But don't tell me not to use the race card. That's what people say to disregard what a Black person is trying to say. So don't do that. Me too. Lynn is extremely intelligent. And yes, it's hypocritical now, according to Natasha's new rules. Exactly. Like, that's your opinion, Holly, and you're entitled to it. This is not about a race card. It'd be different if she didn't have a past of saying racist things, but she does. Therefore, don't use that whole race card, because that completely is something that people do to disregard when a Black person is trying to say how they feel they were treated. And that I won't put up with. I've noticed since your first community post addressing your boundaries, she used the word boundaries over and over and over as her excuse. I didn't notice that, Joanne. It just shows how smart you are, though. And then she started bad-mouthing Lynn. Did she? People are free to go where they want. Absolutely. Holly did call Teaya a racist today. Yep, I'm a racist. Yep, that's it. Sorry, that one's not going to work with me. I have 2 biracial kids, half white, half Black. And then my baby now, he's biracial as well. My fiance is biracial. And my ex is white. So no. No. I'm not racist. And not even that. I have been around diversity, but mostly white people my whole life. So there's no reason for me to be racist. I don't have a racist past. Do your research. Joanne, all I do is see you bashing NC everywhere. You must be obsessed. If you're gonna come in here and give your opinion, that's fine, but don't say that she's bashing her everywhere. She can do what she wants, and she's not bashing her. She's giving her opinion. If she was bashing her, she would be saying really, really nice things. Don't bash any creators in chat. Holly, we get your need to defend, but no one is attacking. We're not attacking her. We're allowed to say how we feel. I'm not using the race card. Oh, I know. You're not, Mandy. It won't work with me. No. I'm not using, excuse me. Race wouldn't have been brought up, except Natasha is the one. Natasha is the one who lists off all of her Black friends today. That is racism. Yeah, I never even brought up race. I did make a comment, but the only one who shed light to that is her. Thank you, Goose, for sending that to me. Exactly. But no, nobody's bashing her look. She shouldn't feel that way about. Exactly. That's always being said. Anytime I ever express, and it's not like it happens. If I see it, I just call them as I see them. But that's always, quit using the race card. Don't do that, And I feel like that just disregards and deflects, and I don't play that shit. I'm still learning how to share but I'll work on it. I really enjoyed you guys being here. You can't even talk about it without being made to feel like you're wrong for speaking up. I agree with that, Mandy. Like if somebody was in here like literally bashing at her and talking about her looks, talking about anything, I wouldn't allow that. But people are allowed to give their opinion about somebody. Did you ever think that there might be maybe some people in here that may have been hurt by her? Because I'm starting to see it more and more every day myself. Because even though it may not have hurt me, excuse me, it's still disappointed me that somebody would purposely try to make me feel that way. And I'm entitled to my feelings just like everyone else is. So, but I really do love you guys. I will be live tomorrow. And I love that you guys are in here, regardless of why. And say that again, regardless of why you're in here, whatever. But no, this is not going to be a channel where I'm bashing blah 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 blah. But what I will say is, no one's using. It's always this person's using me for content. They can't get views without tagging my name. Blah 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 blah. Okay, whatever. Well, if then that's the case, you're using people too. Thank you, Mandy, and so are yours. Living in Cali is such a mix of every single race, culture, sex. Here that racism is kind of foreign to me in a sense. I thank God that I've never had to go through anything as awful as racism. Thank God you haven't. But it exists though, right? Thank you, Mrs. Portland. Hey, Tracy. Yes, you guys have an amazing night. Like I said, I'm not going to go tit-for-tat, but if I need to address something, I will. But nobody's using her for content. I appreciate you guys all being here, though, because it's nice to, hey, Gladys, it's nice to have that support, and I want this to be a safe place for people to come and be able to express their thoughts and opinions and not be judged, right? So I want to say goodnight to all of you. Thank you for listening to me. I'm sure there's some things I forgot. Who said that? Really, Joanne? That's awesome. What really got me, oh, for goodness sakes. Hold on. Where are you at? What really got me with NC was Easter when her family was at her house and she didn't even get off live. How sad is that? I've never seen that, Sandy. Wow. Yep, I see it. Everyone have a good night. But I see what you're talking about, Mandy. I love you guys. You guys are amazing. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to me vent. As I said, no disrespect towards anybody, but I am entitled to feel the way that I feel. Thank you guys for keeping it respectful in the chat. Thank you guys for keeping it classy in the chat. That's what we're going to call it. We keep it classy over here. Okay. And it means a lot to me, you guys. And I hope that you guys feel safe to be able to express how you feel here, because that's my ultimate goal for this channel. I'll be live tomorrow. If there's anything that you would like to talk about, if there's somebody that wants to get on panel to talk about certain things, whatever, I will open the panel tomorrow. Okay. Because I get the feeling that I'm going to have to talk about some more stuff tomorrow. I really do. I just get that feeling. But I love you guys. You too, Mandy. Have a good rest of your weekend. And make sure that you click all the links, Mandy, Mrs. Portland, AT2, is it Xylee? Excuse me, that girl, everybody who has a channel and links. Make sure you subscribe to everyone. I love you guys. Thank you to my amazing mods. And it's nice to be able to set our differences aside, especially with you, Mandy. I'm really happy to see you in here. I unblocked you because you were blocked a while ago, like weeks ago, when NC was on my panel, which I didn't know you were blocked and I didn't know what you said, but whatever. But I'm glad to see you in here. And I will see you guys tomorrow, okay? Hopefully somebody will get on my panel tomorrow. I love you guys. You guys have a good rest of your night, okay? Yeah, I'll get some medicine. Well, my allergies always settle in my throat. It's just normal. And then when I start talking, it just builds up. That's all. But I love you guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Deuces. This is the first time I never came on camera. Feels weird. Okay. Love you guys. Bye.